Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is called Learn Together Tutor. Today we are going to do grade 9 mathematics, connecting like terms, right? As for collecting like terms, before we deal with collecting like terms, we're gonna have to break it apart, but we're still gonna do collecting like terms, right? For breaking it apart, the first things that we are going to do is that you have to be familiar with these kinds of like terms, right? The first one is the basic level. So for the basic level, it's already collected. The terms are already collected, right? So since the terms are already collected, it's either you subtract them or you add them, right? For the second one is constant. It's whereby it includes constants. So we all know what our constants is. They are low numbers. So the constants can be mixed up with variables, and you have to collect the variables and the constants, right? As for the third one, there can be negative terms. The negative terms can be variables that contains like a negative terms, right? So it can be mix of positive and negative terms. And for the fourth one, there is a collecting of like terms whereby it includes multiple variables, whereby you can see many variables there and you have to collect terms by variables there, right? So let's continue with the basic level examples, right? So for the basic levels, the first example is 3x squared plus 5x squared. The variables are the same and they contain the very same exponent, right? So we just add the numbers and keep the variable as it is. So 3 plus 5 is 8, which is 8x squared, right? And as for the second one, still the very same. So since we see that the variables are the same and carry the same exponents, we add, we subtract our numbers, and then we we keep the variable as it is. So it's gonna be 4 minus 2, which is 2, 2y, right? And as for the third example, 7a minus 3a is gonna subtract and keep the variable as it is, since the variables are the same and they keep the very same exponents. So 7a minus 3a is gonna be how much? It's gonna be 4a, right? 7 minus 3 is 4, and we keep the variable as it is, right? Can be 4a squared, right? It's just 4a. Okay. So for the second examples, we are going to do the ones that contains constants, right? The expressions that contains constants, right? So for the first example, is 3x plus 5 plus 2x. 3x plus 5 plus 2x, before we do anything, we have to collect our like terms, right? So collecting our like terms, we have to check the partners of the like terms. So we have to check, do we have any other term that has an x, right? Besides 3x. Yes, it's 2x, right? We're gonna put a 2x there and we move it with its sign. It's plus 2x, in fact. The partner of 3x is plus 2x. So the plus 2x, we're gonna put it next to 3x. And then for the remaining one, the remaining number or the remaining term is plus 5 and it's a constant. We put it on the last. So you have to remember, when we collect this, there has to be variables on the left side and the constants on the right side, right? So since it's like that, we're gonna add our like terms now. So 3x plus 2x, we already know what our rules are. Is 3x plus 2x how much? It's gonna be 5x. And we just gonna drop our 5, since 5 doesn't have a partner, right? Or it doesn't have any term to be added with or subtracted with, right? So our final answer is gonna be 5x plus 5. So let's go for our second example. Second example, same goes. We have to check for y. So do we have any other term that has y? Exactly y. Yes, it's 3y. It's plus 3y, in fact. So we're gonna put plus 3y next to 4y. It's gonna be 4y plus 3y. Then minus 2y is gonna be next to plus 3y. Then plus 1 is gonna be at the end. Just how it is, right? So there they are, 4y plus 3y minus 2 plus 1, right? So now we're gonna add them. The 4y and 3y, we're gonna add them. Since they are both positive, so it's gonna give us how much? 7y. And as for 2 and 1, we have to check which one is bigger. Or we can just use a calculator. Minus 2 plus 1 is gonna give us minus 1. But if you want to understand any further, minus 2 plus 1 how we go on about it is that we have to check the bigger number, and we take that sign of the bigger number and then we subtract. Guys, right? You subtract regularly. So it's gonna be 2 minus 1. It's gonna be just 1. And 1, that 1 is gonna be negative because of 2. Our bigger number is negative, right? So let's go. So there it is. There are the answers. And for our final answer is gonna be 7y minus 1, right? So let's go for 3a plus 3 minus a plus 7. Same go, same go. Same old, I mean. We're gonna collect our variables, 6a minus a, and that's gonna be 3 plus 7, right? Same way as we did on our previous example. And then 6a minus a, and then there's plus 3 plus 7. So 6a minus a is gonna give us how much? It's gonna give us 5a. And for plus 3 and plus 7, since they are positive, it's gonna be plus 10, right? Then our final answer is gonna be 5a plus 10, right? So let's carry on. So now we're gonna have to do the one with negative terms, right? Minus 3 plus 4. Same old. So we're gonna keep the variable as it is and we just subtract here. So we have to check between 3 and 4. Which one is bigger? It's 4. So our answer is gonna be positive. So since the signs are not the same, we subtract and we take the sign of the bigger number. So 4 minus 3 is gonna be how much? It's gonna be just 1x, right? We keep the variable as it is and then we subtract the numbers. It's gonna be 1x, but that 1 is not necessary. We do not write we do not it's not necessary to write it, right? It's not necessary. Even if you write it, you're still correct. But we can just carry on. We can just write x because you all know by default x has a 1 has a coefficient of 1, right? So for the second example, 5y minus 2y minus 1. First things first, subtract the first two terms. If you got too many terms, subtract first two terms first, right? So 5y minus 2y, since they are like terms, we're just gonna subtract them. It's gonna be 5y minus 2y. It's gonna be 3y, and we just go down with minus y. Then 3y minus y is gonna give us how much? It's gonna be 2y. So our answer is gonna be how much? 2y, right? So same goes with this example. So since we see that 7a is negative and then 2a is positive, 7 is bigger than 2. So we take the sign of the 7 and then we just subtract. 7 minus 2 is 5, and that 5 is negative because of 7, because of the negative 7, right? Then we just go down with a, and then we check between 5 and 3 which one is bigger. It's 5, and then our answer is going to be negative. We just subtract. Since the signs are not the same, we just subtract. It's going to be 5 minus 3, which is 2. A, in fact, it's going to give us 2a, and that 2a is going to be negative because of our bigger number is negative, which is 5, right? It's going to be negative 2a. So our answer is going to be how much? It's going to be 2a, right? So I think we are done with that one. So now for the last one, multiple variables with examples, right? Yep, there are many variables here, right? So for this part, you have to always remember you can prefer any of the variables to start with, right? So now, but I prefer you to start with the first one that contains the variable, ne? So it's gonna be 3x. So 3x, we're gonna have to check the partner of 3x. It's gonna be what? It's gonna be x. We have to check for other values that contains how much x. So it's gonna be 3x, right? It's gonna be x, I mean, right? So it's gonna be 3 x, 3 and x, or 3 and plus x. So we just put them together. It's gonna be 3 plus x, and for our y's, it's gonna be 2y plus 5y, as you can see here, right? So as we carry on, we're gonna add our like terms. 3x plus x is gonna be how much? 4x. 2y minus plus 5y is gonna be how much? 7y, right? So our final answer is gonna be how much? 4x plus y. So let's carry on. 4m plus 3n minus 2m plus n, right? 4m minus 2m. We collect the like terms. We're gonna start with the 4m. 4m and 2m are the like terms. 3n plus n are our like terms. So we're just gonna add our like terms. First like term is gonna be 4m minus 2m, which is 2m, and 3n plus n is gonna be 4n, and they are positive. So it's gonna be, so our final answer is gonna be how much? 2m plus n, right? So as for our last answer, 6a plus 4b minus 3a. I don't need to explain this any much more further, right? Collect them. Collect the one that matches. Which you have to check. We have to collect the ones that carry the same variables with the same exponents. 6a minus 3a, right? And 4b plus b, right? So we just add or subtract either in, the like terms, right? So 6a minus 3a is going to be how much? 3a. And then 4b plus b is going to give us how much? 5b, right? It's going to give us 5b. So our final answer is going to be how much? 3a minus 5b. And I think this is the last one, right? So since it's the last one, here's an exercise. So the exercises, I think you can deal with them. If you have any questions, you can ask me on the comment section, and then I can work it out through via video, right? So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much.